Hello friends, happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing amazing today and enjoying a beautiful long weekend. I'm going to give it a minute or so for people to join. I'm going to quickly turn my phone around and get set up. Good morning. Hi everybody who's coming through and joining the session today. You might notice, my wife and I are actually staying with our in-laws because they live in the beauty of nature. So through all of this COVID stuff that we're all collectively dealing with right now, we are so blessed to be able to be here in nature. That said, you may notice my father-in-law, the dog, various people in the background at any point. So, that's kind of the joy of doing this thing from home. So thank you for that. And mostly, hopefully, you're just listening to my voice and you're able to move along as I cue and as we go through this practice together today. So welcome. Great to have you all. And I'm going to flip you around. Just give me a second to do that. I'm gonna try to set up the perfect shot, and I hope the music volume is okay. Oh, sorry, my finger there. Just give me another second. Is that okay there? I think it's okay. All right, I see there's about 13 people who have joined. So I'm just gonna maybe give it another second or two, few moments. And if you're home, which I think most of you are probably at home in your living space, you can start to set yourself up. And like me, I've discovered I'm trying different things, like you guys probably are too. And I notice when I have my cushy mat on the floor, it kind of slides all the different ways. So I've taken to just spreading out a blanket, which works really well for my space. So wherever you are, get yourself situated. If you have props, you can grab a prop as well, like a block or a pillow, anything like that. We're gonna start actually simply cross-legged somewhere in the center of our space. My name is Lindsay. I don't know if I've said that yet. This is the Instagram Live Classic Yoga and Meditation. So if you want to connect with me after this, I'm so happy to have one-on-one conversations with you guys. You can reach me at yoga_lins. So that would be my Instagram. And if you guys want to take any of this kind of outside of the class, and if you have questions, you can DM me and we can have a one-on-one conversation around any questions that you may have. So starting as we are cross-legged, you could easily be sitting up on a pillow or up on a block as well. And we're going to let our palms face up in our inner lap, and we're going to close the eyes. We notice as we close the eyes, immediately our awareness goes inside. In the inner world of our being, where we can start to gauge how we are showing up for our practice today, because we know every single day is different. It's nice to start with a body scan. How's the body feeling today? These scans are judgmentless, opinionless, gaining some knowledge that will help inform how we move through our practice today. How's the mind feeling? What's the emotional state? Without any judgment, simply becoming more aware. And can we take that awareness toward our breathing and start to get a little deeper and a little longer with our inhale and exhale. If possible, we're breathing in and out through the nostrils. And feel as you inhale that the breath starts right at the base of the spine, moves up the whole of the column through to the crown of the head, light and lifted. And as we exhale, that energy moves back down the spine, right into the base of the seat, welcoming in more groundedness. A couple of times like that, inhaling a beautiful lift, spaciousness. And as we exhale, more grounding, feeling a sense of anchoring. And some of you may be engaging Ujjayi pranayama, that gentle contraction at the back of the throat. It's that same contraction that when you make the sound ha, like you were fogging up a mirror or a window, that contraction that happens at the base of the throat, you keep that contraction but with mouth closed, breathing in and out and feeling how that creates some heat within the body, starting to purify our physical being with our breath. And if that's not something you're practicing today, simply connecting to equal ratio pranayama, or the equal breath. Inhale and exhale flowing, one the same as the other, in length and in depth. And the invitation today is around a yoga practice, a parigraha, non-grasping. So we practice non-grasping in our asana practice, in our physical practice. It might show up as simply not attaching to the results of our efforts in our practice today. So if something doesn't quite work out, instead of being critical or hard on ourselves, allowing ourselves to instead be open to whatever it is that arises, knowing that it's exactly where we need to be, without grasping, without trying to be anywhere else. When we grasp toward things, of course, and things don't go our way, well, the result is suffering. Right? We suffer as a result of not getting if we're desiring. And there's an opportunity in showing up and allowing to be what is to be and to embrace that. So trying that today in our practice. It's a lofty goal, but we'll do it together. We'll see how it goes. Beginning that observation, a parigraha, non-grasping. Let it be. And joining the hands together at the heart, a single Om to bring together our collective vibration wherever you are. Inhale. Beautiful. Allow the eyes to open. Let's interlace the fingers. Start to press the palms away as the arms straighten. Reach the arms up and overhead. Feel the rooting of your sit bones down into the earth and continue to press up through the palms of the hands, spreading the fingers, feeling the space between the ribs. Take one more big breath in. Keep extending the arms up, and as you exhale, tip over to the right side. Find your deepest tip in this moment, and then start to round a little bit. So it's as if you're drawing the outer left shoulder more toward the floor, more toward the earth. It's a little bit of a side bend rounding. You're gazing down perhaps towards your inner right thigh. And then come back to your side bend proper. And then all the way to center. One more time, inhale, press up. As you exhale, release the clasp of your fingers. Start to bend your elbows. Your elbows are gonna go as if forward and your forearms are gonna angle back. Feel that you could lift a little up through the sternum, through the breastbone. Gaze perhaps up just a touch. And then as you exhale, reverse that out by bringing the inner forearms together as close as you can get them. Maybe they're touching. As you round the back, draw the elbows in towards the belly. And then inhale, come on up. Release the arms forward and up one more time. You're releasing the clasp though. Your fingertips are sparkling towards the sky as you inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Stay heavy through your sit bones. As you hinge, keep the space through the sides of the waist. At some point, land your palms down onto the floor. Arms stay straight, elbows lifted. Can you release your chin neutral to your chest? So you're probably gazing down. And then as you continue to draw back through your sit bones, reach forward through your fingertips. And you wrap a little bit the outer arms down toward the earth to create some space around the neck and the shoulders. And just one more breath like this. Lift your gaze and walk your hands back towards center. As you lift the chest up fully, switch the cross of your legs and then switch the cross of your fingers. Let's inhale, press your interlaced fingers forward, stretch out the arms and then start to reach all the way up. Right from the sides of the waist through to the base of the palms, spreading and reaching. Inhale. And then exhale, tip over to the left side, breathing into a right side stretch. When you reach your fullest tilt, start to wrap the outer right arm as if a little bit down. So it's like you're in a side bend, little bit of a twisted action through the spine as you gaze to your inner left thigh. And then come back to your side bend proper. Come all the way back up. Nice. Take one more breath. And then release the hands down. Inhale one more time. Reach all the way up. Sparkle fingertips to sky. And as you exhale, come forward. As you come forward, you're anchoring through your sit bones. Go as far as you can go first, anchoring through your seat, and then at the last minute, plant your hands. Reach the fingertips forward. Stretch it back through the spine. Inhale, and then exhale. Let your ears kind of land between the inner upper arms. This time, can you find the breath more into the space between the shoulder blades? Broaden the upper back with your breathing. And then lift your gaze, walk your hands all the way back. Sit up straight, very nice. Come forward onto your hands and your knees. Hands about shoulders width, knees and feet about hips width. We're gonna tuck our toes under, take a breath in. Start to hinge a little back with your sit bones towards your heels. And then as if you could push your mat away from you or the floor away from you, let the knees float. And then start to reach back through the sit bones, let the heels get heavy. And this first downward facing dog, can we keep the knees just a little bit bent? Inhale, come right up onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, descend the heels toward the earth. Feel the stretch at the back of the Achilles, the backs of the calves. One more time, inhale, lift up into the tippy toes. Exhale all the way down. Maybe now at this point you're straightening the legs a little bit more. Send the upper thighs as if back behind you. Find the balance between the work of the arms, the hands, and the work of the legs and the feet. So there's balance between front and back here energetically. One more cycle. And then softening the knees. Look forward and take as many steps as you need to get to the front of your space. We're gonna go feet about mats width apart. So you're gonna heel toe your feet quite wide. And then turn your heels in a little bit and your toes out. And then inhale your fingertips to shins, come halfway. This might feel a little weird. We're not used to necessarily doing it this way with toes out. You're gonna exhale, fold and let the head go. One more time, inhale. Come about halfway. If you look at your Charlie Chaplin feet. Exhale, fold. This time, bend your knees and come all the way down into a squat. Some of you, if you have a block, might want to slide your block underneath your seat, a little bit of extra support, or use a cushion. And then the right fingertips are going to go beyond the right toes. We're going to inhale the left arm up and then bend the left elbow, take the left hand behind the head. Inhale, opening that left side body, gaze somewhere toward the left shoulder. Exhale, you're going to cross over that left elbow to the inner right thigh. And then go back up, inhale, opening left side body. One more time, cross it over as you exhale. Inhale, reach up. Can you hold here? One breath. And then exhale, releasing to center. Let's inhale to stand and let the head go. Let everything go for a moment. For some of us, squatting can be very intense, so we'll give ourselves a breath in between, and then we'll go back down again. Sit onto your block or just come into your squat. This time, left fingertips are gonna go just beyond the left toes, inside the inner left thigh. Feel that there's a little bit of a counteraction here where the inner left knee is pressing to the outer left shoulder, and the outer left shoulder is pressing a little bit back into the inner left knee. And then reach the right arm up. And as you open that right side body, place the palm of the right hand just at the nape of the neck. A little bit of resistance here. Lift the chin up off the chest. Inhale. Exhale, cross it over. Right elbow moves toward inner left thigh. And then inhale, reach up. One more time, cross it over. This is it, lift up, inhale. Can you hold for just one breath? And then release. Toes are still kind of pointing out like Charlie Chaplin. And then let the head go. If you had a block or a pillow, you can move it out of your way now. And then we're gonna point the toes forward, heel toe to about hips width apart. Inhale the fingertips to shins. Can you find your chest parallel to the earth? Send your sit bones back. Take the crown of the head forward. Create space within the spine. And then exhale, hinging from those frontal hip creases, fold forward and grab your elbows. Bending the knees is entirely appropriate here if it's needed. Use the breath with each exhale. Feel that traction, that spaciousness opening through the spine. And then one more time, inhale, fingertips to shins. Find your core strength here. As you have your flat back, it's the strength of the back body that's lifting you up here, the back of your core. And then exhale, soften your knees, fold one more time, grab your elbows the other way. The other forearm is forward. Let the head go. And then fingertips to shins. Let's go one more time and really feel the work of the back body. So let's inhale here. Exhale the hands onto the hips. And then standing down, inhale, lift with your back body all the way to stand. Very nice. Making sure you're still at the front of your space, and we're actually going to start with our feet hips width apart. Hands down by the sides. Close the eyes here for a moment. Connect to the strength of Tadasana, mountain pose. Feeling both rooted and at the same time expansive, lifted. Drawing in again that intention of parigraha. No matter what happens, can we move through our practice without grasping and staying open to whatever arises physically but also mentally and emotionally. Opening the eyes. As you inhale, join the palms together, reach the arms up, fingertips up, create space through the sides of the waist. Exhale, hinging from the frontal hip creases, go all the way forward and release the head. Inhale, come halfway, fingertips to shins, flat back. As you exhale, hands to the floor. This is a little different. Step your left foot more to the back of your left wrist, and then lunge your right leg back, right toes to the outer right side of your mat, the back right corner of your mat. And then drop your knee down, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, look a little forward. And as you exhale, straighten the back leg. You might even gaze more down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend the back knee. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, wide lunge the legs. And then last time, bend the back knee, look up. Exhale, stay with the back knee lifted if that's okay. You could, though, keep the knee down if you need to do that, absolutely. Right hand to the floor. Inhale, crown of the head reaches forward. As you exhale, twist, left arm up. Take the gaze with you. Inhale, reach up through left fingertips. Exhale, you're going to wind that left arm, thread it under the right. A little bit of a twist. Inhale, go all the way back up. Exhale, twist. Gazing right. all the way back up. Last time, thread it underneath the right arm. Inhale all the way back up. Hold for one full breath. Straighten that back leg. And then exhale, left hand to the floor, inside the left foot. Step the left leg back and find plank. In plank, you could, of course, be on the knees. Okay, if you're building strength in plank, this can be done with the knees down. And either dragging a little bit energetically, the hands towards the toes and the toes toward the hands, or if the knees are down, of course, the knees towards the hands and the hands toward the knees. Find a little bit of a tremble here. Take one more breath, and as you exhale, come just halfway, 90 degrees between the upper arms and elbows. Can you hold for one full breath here? Head in line with the spine. Exhale, drop the knees, and then come all the way into the belly. Point the toes. Slide the hands back towards the low ribs and inhale, cobra. Shoulders and head lift together. Exhale, soften all the way back down. Pressing up with arm strength. Hinge back and sit toward the heels. Let the head go for a breath. And then inhale back through table. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. We'll reset for 2 or so breaths. On the next inhale, look forward, step the right foot towards the right thumb. And then left foot joins it hips width. Inhale right into your flat back. Exhale, fold, head down. Inhale as you stand down, join the palms, lifting with back body as you rise. Exhale, gather that energy back to the heart, Samastitihi. Hands by the sides. Inhale, reach up as you join the palms. Exhale, hinging forward with length through the spine. Head all the way down. Inhale, fingertips to shins, come halfway. Exhale, as fingertips come to the floor, the right foot toes, like the right toes come right behind the right hand or right wrist, and you're lunging the left foot all the way to the back left corner of your mat here. I think that was a little better explained. Left knee down. Inhale as you're on your fingertips, look a little forward, create a slight arch through the upper back. And then exhale, straighten the back leg. Heavy the hips, look more toward the floor. Again, inhale. Drop the back knee, look a little forward. Exhale as you look down, lift the back knee up off the floor. One more time. Bend the back knee, tap it, look forward. And then exhale as you straighten the back leg. Really press that left heel behind you. Plant the left hand as you take another breath in. Exhale, twist right arm up this time. Reach up through right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, thread the right arm under the left into a twist. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale. Thread it through. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, reach up, hold for one breath. And then right hand to the floor, to the inner right foot. Step the right foot back, find plank again. As we did before, drag the toes towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Take one more breath in, and then lower halfway, hold chaturanga. Can you take a full breath here? And then drop the knees, point the toes, and lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, slide the hands back, lift chest, shoulders and head, cobra. Exhale as you soften back to the ground. Push through your palms all the way back, sit to the heels. Downward facing hero. Adho Mukha Virasana. Inhale, table. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths to reset. Looking forward on the next inhale, step the left foot towards the left thumb. Right foot follows straight into your flat back for an inhale. Exhale, folding forward, head down. Inhale, stand down, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, very nice. Now we'll step the feet together, hands down by the sides. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Join the palms and hold here. Sit heavy, look towards your thumbs. Take another breath in, lift the sternum. And then exhale, fold all the way, head releases. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back once more. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot back, and then the left, find plank. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Turn the left heel in. Left foot's about 45 degrees. Step the right foot towards the right thumb. Press the outer edge of the back foot heel to the floor. With the front knee bent, rise up, strengthening through both legs. Land the palms to touch. Squaring ourselves towards the front of our mat. So we're moving towards squaring the hips. The frontal hip points facing forward and equidistant from the earth. But you could be anywhere along the way. It helps to have the back toes turning on a slight forward angle. One more breath. Hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Of course, this could be from the knees, chaturanga. Inhale, it could be cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, either over the knees or the toes to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Then we turn the right heel in, so the right foot's about 45. Step the left foot towards the left thumb. With both feet grounding and anchored, rise up. Stack your shoulders and your head over your hips. And then can we gaze to our thumbs without looking anywhere else? So we land the body, we steady the body, but then we steady the mind. One more breath. And then hands to the floor. Step back to the plank and either with knees lifted or lowered, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog, all the way back, downward facing dog. Couple breaths to reset. Nice. Bending the knees, let's look forward. We can either step or while looking forward on empty, give a little hop to the front of our space. Feet together. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sit low, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand, Samastitihi. Now we'll go all the way through a few times. Modify as you need to. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way, head down. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, parallel to the earth. Exhale, hands down. You can step or you can hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Rise up, Virabhadrasana, warrior one. Exhale. Stepping back to plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot lunges forward as you rise. Touch the palms. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog or downward facing hero for 2 or so breaths. Last cycle, wherever you are, start to bend the knees, look forward, either stepping or hopping to the front. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Let the head go. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana, arms reach. Exhale, stand down, lift up through the crown. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold all the way. Inhale, half, lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing through tops of the feet as you lift the chest. Exhale all the way back. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, flow it through. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left foot forward. Rise up, gaze thumbs. Exhale. Finishing off on your own. Take your time and we will meet in downward facing dog or downward facing hero. Couple breaths. Forward, hopper step. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back as you open the chest, look up. Exhale to stand all the way. Last time through, inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, create length. Exhale, hopper step. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right foot forward. Rise up. Exhale. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, left foot forward. Rise with strength. Exhale, finish it off on your own. Two breaths, maybe three. Downward facing dog or downward facing hero. Lift back to the sit bones. Send the heels down. And then bending the knees. Look forward on empty. Hopper step. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale to stand. Samastiti, a little different this time. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana all the way. Inhale, halfway, Ard, Uttanasana. Exhale, as the fingertips come to the floor, bend the knees and find a squat with the toes together. The base of the big toes touching. Let the knees come wide enough that you can slide your hands forward at about shoulders width apart. And then can you start to feel that you're coming up into your tippy toes as a way to ride the inner thighs up the arms and towards the outer upper shoulders. And when the knees get there, squeeze with the knees into the body, into the midline. Look down toward the floor, hug the inner elbows close together. Keep coming up onto your tippy toes. And as you come forward, make chaturanga arms that your shins and knees can kind of rest on. And then start to play around with the idea of lifting maybe the toes up off the floor or lightening the load of the weight. Wherever you are, take one more breath. And then if you have it, you might shoot the legs back, chaturanga, or step back and find your way through your flow. Back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're going to inhale, float the right leg all the way up. Three-limbed downward facing, holding the balance of weight in the three remaining limbs. Descend the left heel. Take a nice big breath. As you exhale, come forward. Draw the right knee high up on the right arm. Look forward. Can you bend your elbows like chaturanga and rest your inner right thigh just above the shelf of your upper right arm? And then inhale up and back. Can we do that two more times? Come forward, inhale, chaturanga arms, rest your bent inner right thigh, knee to the top of your right elbow. And then all the way back. One more time. It's like chaturanga arms, bend the knee, squeeze it as if towards your upper right shoulder. And then all the way back. This time you're going to step your right foot between your hands, pivot the back heel down, and come all the way up into warrior two. Heel to arch is an about alignment. See how it feels. Get the stretch at the front of the left hip flexor and bending into the front knee. Feel strength moving through both legs. Arms out. Gaze to the front middle fingertip. Anytime we land in the stillness of an asana, it's a great opportunity to refine the breath. Refine the breath. Laser beam gazing to front middle fingertip. Nice. Left arm drops to back thigh. Right palm flips up. Let's reach the right arm all the way up and back. Reverse warrior. As you exhale, come forward. Right forearm to right thigh. Left arm up and over in line with the left ear. Now let's go back one more time. Reach back, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to right thigh. Left arm up and over, holding here. Extended side angle, creating space and length through both sides of your waist. Reach out through left fingertips. Breathe into the stretch through the left side. Those left intercostals, the muscles between the ribs. Nice. Looking down for balance. You're going to inhale, come up. Give the front leg a little bit of a break. Straighten the front knee. Reach back and reverse straight legs. And then as you come forward, you're going to step into the right foot. Right fingertips to the floor as you float the left leg up and back. If this is new, both fingertips could absolutely come to the floor. As you find the legs first, right toes facing forward. Heels are actually in line. Your left toes are facing somewhere toward the side of your space. Then lift your gaze and your torso a little bit so that you're not dumping into the front leg, you're actually lifting the torso. Let the chest open to the side of your mat, left arm up. Maybe the gaze follows. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Look down for balance. Soften the front knee and step all the way back. Straighten the front leg and turn and face the side of your space. Heels come in, toes turn out. We're going to bend the knees, sink the hips a little. But can you find the place between strength and flexibility? So the feet are plugged in, the legs are turned on, and then the hips are at the same time kind of sinking down to feel the stretch between the inner thighs. Let's take the arms to goddess. Bend the elbows. Cactus, you might call it. Gaze ahead and take a nice big breath. And then start to straighten. As the arms release down, turn the toes forward and then actually turn the toes in a little bit toward each other. Feel that this turning in action though is initiating from the hips. Inhale, get tall, and then exhale, hinge forward. Come all the way into a fold. Let the head go. It's just a breath like this. And then lift the gaze, start to walk yourself forward to the front of your mat, crawl forward, plant the hands, and step back, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here, or you can simply stay in downward facing dog for an extra breath. Inhale the left leg up. Holding here, three-limbed, downward facing. Steady the breath and notice what's happening here. In every single moment, are you able to just be wherever it is that you've arrived to? One more breath. Look a little forward. As you exhale, you're coming forward, bending the elbows like chaturanga, bending the knee towards your upper left shoulder, kind of balancing it on the shelf of your upper left shoulder. And then push up all the way back, three-limb downward facing dog. Two more times. Come forward. As you do, it's like chaturanga. Bend left knee into left upper arm, shoulder. Push up all the way back. Last time. Come forward. Bend, plant, and then push all the way back. This time, step the left foot between the hands. Pivot the back foot down and windmill warrior 2 on the other side. Feel that that left knee is as if squeezing to face forward beyond the left toes. And that you're drawing your hips, shoulders, and head to stack. Gazing to left middle fingertip. Breathe. Soften the shoulders, relax the jaw. Right palm drops down, left palm flips up. Let's reach back. Inhale, breathe into the left side body. Exhale as you come forward. Left forearm drops to left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, extended side angle. One more time, go back. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, extended side angle, but we'll stay this time. Press through the outer edge of that back foot. Right from the outer edge of the back foot, can you find a beautiful line of energy through the whole right side, extending out through those right fingertips. Nice. As you come up out of this, straighten the front knee, give that left thigh a break for a moment. Reaching back and then flowing right through to Ardha Chandrasana. Stepping into the left foot, supporting with left fingertips, maybe both fingertips. Making sure left toes are facing forward. Right toes are facing side of your space, your room, wherever you are. Open the chest to the side of your mat. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Maybe look up to your extended fingertips. One more breath. Soften the front knee. Step all the way back. Straighten the front leg. Turn and face the other side of your mat. Turn the heels in, toes out. Drop the hips. Find your place between strength and flexibility. Goddess arms. This time lift the right heel up off the floor. And then descend. Left heel. And then let it go. One more time, each side, right, left, and then both heels up. Can you hold? And then descend. Straightening the legs, release the arms. Turn the toes first to the side of your mat, and then a little bit in toward one another, moving from the hips. Inhale, get tall, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold all the way forward, let everything go for just a breath. And then lift your gaze, start to juice yourself back to the front of your mat. Crawl to the front of your space. Straight back to downward facing, optional vinyasa. Collective breath in downward facing dog. And then we're gonna walk our hands back towards our feet. That means you're likely crawling to the back of your space. Inhale, come halfway. Extend the spine. Create some length and space. Exhale, fold, let it go. Be heavy like a rag doll, standing down into the earth and strengthening through the legs as you roll up one vertebra at a time to stand. Reach the fingertips behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale as you draw the knuckles down. Lift the sternum up. Gaze up. Exhale, soften. Switch the clasp of your hands, the interlace to the weird way. One more time, inhale, draw knuckles down, lift sternum, lift gaze. Exhale, soften. Let it all go. Nice. From here, we're gonna step the feet together. We're gonna stand into the left foot. And we're gonna float the right thigh towards the chest. Catch the right shin with the right hand. You could absolutely stay here, okay? Work on more squeezing that right knee towards the right underarm. Some of you may squeeze, get the knee fairly close to the right underarm. And then with your left hand, you're gonna help. You're gonna hold towards the ankle and squeeze up even more, holding with the left hand now so you can release the right arm up. And it's like you're hinging a little bit into a forward fold here. Lengthening as you come forward, reaching through right fingertips, and then wrapping that right arm around the front of the right shin. Right palm faces out. You might stay here. Left arm could reach behind, looking for maybe a bind where you're catching the fingers. And then if you have that, you might start to stand more into your left foot. Reach up through the crown. Continue to draw your shoulder blades down the back. Okay, shoulders feel secure in their sockets. Keep standing down through left foot. Lift up through the crown. One more breath. And then gently let go of the bind if you have it. Catch left hand to right ankle, right hand to right shin. Squeeze it in one more time, and then release it down. Nice. Shake it out for a moment. Let that work go, and then feet together. Stand into right foot. Balance as you draw left thigh towards the chest, catching with the left hand on the left shin. And then we're going to squeeze a few times as if that left knee a little closer to the left armpit. At some point, the right hand's going to help. It's going to hold around the left ankle as the left arm reaches up. And then extending forward, length through the torso here really helps. A little bit of a fold forward as you're standing. Wrap the left arm to the front of the left shin. Start to rotate in so the left palm is facing out. Then start to reach around maybe with the right hand, maybe take the bind. If you have the bind, stand down, start to lift up through the crown. Wherever you are, find breath. Doesn't matter what happens here. Be wherever you are in this moment. And then, if you have the bind, release. Reverse it out, catch left shin with left hand, squeeze it in one more time, and then let it go, shake it out. Very nice. At the back of your space, feet hips width apart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Downward facing dog, optional vinyasa to rinse all that work out. And then one more. So we've been working towards, well, what we were just doing, but also towards an arm balance peak pose. We're going to do this together, nice and slow, and we're not going to care what happens. Whatever happens, happens. Let's see where we are today in this particular posture. Be content and be present. Bend the knees, look forward. Give a little hop to the outside of your hands. And then bend your knees, come into that kind of squat position. You're going to walk your right hand underneath, thread it underneath the right leg, shoulder underneath the right knee, fingertips behind left toes. And then left shoulder underneath left knee, fingertips behind toes. Your palms are probably not touching the floor yet. Look up, gaze up, and then start to lean back. Squeeze your inner knees to your upper outer shoulders. Make a shelf with your arms like chaturanga as you lean back. And then look a little forward. Start to heel toe. Your toes may be close together. Maybe you're going to hook your toes and hold. Keep squeezing. Upper knees, inner knees to outer shoulders. Take one more breath wherever you are, even if you plop down. Now we all will release the toes and simply plop yourself down onto the floor. Extend the legs forward. Nicely done. As you extend the legs forward, we're going to do that kind of weird action again of turning the toes in. So right from your upper thigh bones, you can even use your hands and kind of lift the flesh of your thigh, kind of point it a little more inwards. Toe, left toes kind of go in toward the midline. And then do the same, right from the hip, start to turn the toes in. Big toes might even be knocking or touching toward one another. Inhale, reach up through fingertips. Exhale, fold. Any amount. Catch yourself wherever you land, and then rather than trying to get to where you think you need to go, just let the breath be your guide. With each inhale, you're reaching forward through the crown of the head to create that space in the spine. With each exhale, maybe you're folding a little more forward. Some of you might want to let the chin come right to the chest and round a little bit in the upper back. As you exhale, shoulders slide down the back. Breathe into the back body. Soften into the hips. And then lift your gaze all the way up. Toes face toward the ceiling. And then point the toes forward. You're gonna slide your fingertips back about 6 inches behind the hips. Keep pointing the toes. Press down through the heels and inhale, lift straight legs up off the floor, hips up off the floor. Breathe into the front body, look up. Take one more breath. And then gently release it down. Bend the knees, feet about hips width apart, and then make your way all the way onto your back. From here, heels close enough that you can probably just kind of graze your heels with your fingertips. This is an about distance. Inhale, press down through the feet and start to, one vertebrae at a time, lift the spine up off the floor. Till you land into the space between the shoulder blades, let the head relax. Breathe into this beautiful hip extension, opening through the whole front line of the body. Let the jaw go. The eyes soften into their sockets. And then one vertebra at a time, starting at the top, allow yourself to roll all the way down. Feet can stay as they are, arms reach out to the side, kind of like in a T shape. Set your hips an inch to the left, inhale, exhale, twist the knees all the way over to the right side. Shrug the right shoulder underneath just a touch, maybe gaze to the left. We're slowing down now, of course, in our practice. Let the breath come back more into that equal ratio pranayama, that equal breathing. Look up, knees, hips, everything back to center, and then knees an inch to the right. Exhale, twist the knees to the left. Shrug the left shoulder under just a touch, maybe gazing right here. Gazing up. Inhale, knees, hips, everything back to the midline. Legs in the air, arms to the sides. And you can stay just like this, legs floating effortlessly. Or if you have a strap, of course, you could be strapping your feet to hold them in place. You could be up against a wall, legs up the wall pose if you needed that support for 8 or so breaths. If you're feeling shoulder stand today, elbows in. Pressing through elbows, lift the hips up off the floor and catch the low back. Keep the weight in the elbows and the upper arms. And then let the legs go all the way up to the sky. Feeling the benefit of that beautiful recirculation. All the blood flow moving toward the visceral organs of the heart, the brain. When you feel ready, hiking your legs, supporting with your hands as you roll on out of this. And we're going to bend the knees in toward the chest, squeeze it in. One more time. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Curl yourself up off the floor, forehead to the knees. Let it all dry into center. And then exhale, soften and release. We're actually going to roll right up to seated. So given that this is just an hour, the Instagram Live only gives us an hour, and I've been finding it kind of challenging to fit it all in. I really want us to get meditation. So we're going to skip Shavasana. The goal of asana anyways is to open the hips so we can meditate. That's always really, in the traditional sense, that is the goal of our asana practice. So we've done that work, and now we're more prepared to sit in our meditation. Your favorite seat, whatever that is, it can be cross-legged, it can be up on a block, up on a cushion. You could even be sitting on your shins as well. Let your palms rest facing up. Close your eyes. Stack your spine. Start by continuing to find that anchoring, that rooting through the base of the seat, the same way we started. Let the whole spine lift up, light through the crown of the head. The facial mask is soft, the shoulders are relaxed. The breath is moving almost opposite to what it's been doing. It's reversing out, a little softer, a little lighter. Parigraha, it really applies here in our meditation. We're not trying, we're not grasping at meditation, looking for something. We're just sitting in the stillness. We're watching what arises without any kind of judgment. We're just watching. A thought wave will arise. That's the mind's job, to create thoughts. That's what it's doing all the time. A thought wave will arise. Watch. At the heart center. A single Om, one more time. Gathering a collective energy, sending it out. Inhale, big breath. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace to you all. Namaste. Please reach out if you have any questions at all. Thank you so much. Namaste.